Hey, good morning. How are you guys doing? Apparently, Fauci is up there, and Fauci, like I told you, you don't know what Fauci's going to do. He's running a play for the New World Order. He's up there saying, well, he's warning against prematurely opening the United States during this coronavirus pandemic. He's all up there like Fauci. He's like, I'm so fucked out. Who the fuck are you, Fauci? Why are we listening to you? Aren't you like gaining money off this? Like, shouldn't we listen to a doctor that might not have millions of dollars invested? I'm just saying, I'm not like, a doctor or anything, but Fauci, you have millions of dollars riding on this. So we got an update here. This is May 12th, it's Tuesday, and there's an update saying that with Dr. Fauci testimony on risk of opening economy too soon, Senator Murray is quoted. Washington, May 12th, the leading U.S. infectious disease expert, Anthony Fauci, said Tuesday, he was warning Congress that the premature opening of the nation's economy could lead to additional outbreaks of the deadly novel coronavirus. The director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases warned a United States Senate panel that states should follow health experts' recommendations to wait for signs, including a declining number of new infections, before reopening. So what they're really saying is we're never going to reopen. Because just like the flu, I mean, what about
Hit pause.
With the flu this year?
Hit pause right now.
We had 70,000 people that have died dead because of the flu. That's every year.
So I'm restreaming someone that I've never spoken to him in private, but I follow James Munder. I'm just restreaming his content. I don't think he has a problem with that, because we all just want to become able to share information with each other on a very, very needed basis, especially these days. So that's all I'm doing here. I'm just cherry picking things, and this is the stuff I watch. And if anyone who is a content creator has a problem with it, I'll pull it down. So if James Munder sees this and he doesn't like the fact that I'm restreaming him, I'll just pull it right down. But I don't think any of us would have a problem with sharing content this important. Not that we're all correct in our assessments and our opinions and our analysis, but we're all important in our own ways, putting together the mosaic that eventually becomes the map of what we're fucking facing. And it's bad. In my opinion, it's bad. Hit play.
So we just paid attention, called it COVID-19, threw all the deaths under this one banner. Oh, you died of a heart attack, COVID-19. You died of obesity or smoking, COVID-19. You died of heart failure, COVID-19. You have chicken pox and you fell off a roof, you have COVID-19. Freaking Anthony Fauci. So yeah, he's like, we need to wait until no one has new infections. And I mean, basically they're saying we need to reopen when basically there's no disease ever, So he's like, well, we can reopen when no one has the disease, no one has the flu, no one is cold, no one is sick. Until then, we have to remain shut down and listen to Bill Gates. Hey, Bill, stop me if I'm like maybe going, out of my way. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But do you have a doctor's degree? Do you have a doctorate? Do you have anything to do with, like, why are we taking your advice?
Hit
You're not a doctor.
Pause.
Like, why would I want to inject myself?
In the chat, political foolishness is that person's name, and we've been talking for many, many, many years, since before the election, during the election, after the election, and even now. Political foolishness says Dr. Batar, or Butter, Dr. Butter, Or is it Mrs. Buttersworth? It's one of the two. Oh, no, wait, she's white, so it has to be Dr. Buttar. Oh, no, wait, she's not white. She's Indian. Whatever the fuck. Can't make jokes right now. Needs to be on national TV with this message. I agree. Information is power. That's all I can say. I don't know. I'm the ultimate conspiracy person, okay? Excuse me. I have been since day one of starting my YouTube channel. And even up until now, I've really calmed down within, let's say, the last year. I've really toned down my internet presence because of all the trolls and all the doxing. Do you have any idea how many times the C have been C'd on me and I get a phone call or cars showing up at my place? It's like there is no free speech anymore. Come on, Mr. President. Anyway, let's continue.
The stuff that you're making, you're not even a doctor. You're not even a virologist. Like, who are you? You make viruses for computers. Like, why am I going to trust you to put some vaccine in my blood to save me? Oh, you can only go to work if you get injected with Bill Gates' vaccine. Well, Dr. Fauci is up there saying, oh, we need to remain in lockdown forever. No, Mr. Fauci, the American people are going to freaking hang you. If this isn't done right with the law, people are just going to say enough's enough, and they're going to drag you to the gallows, you and Bill Gates. And you know what? They're going to hang you, and no one's going to stop them, because that's what you deserve. You deserve the rope, you sons of bitches. President Donald Trump has been encouraging states to end the weeks-long shuttering of major components in their economies. Quote, if some areas, cities, or states, or what have you, jump over those various checkpoints and prematurely open up with having the capability of being able to respond effectively and efficiently, my concern that we will start to see little spikes that might turn into deadly outbreaks, Fauci said. The consequences could be really serious. No, Dr. Fauci, you've been wrong about everything. Of course, when people stop being locked down and get out of their house, of course the infection rate is going to go up. Everybody's been sitting in their house. What, you think that everybody's going to stop being locked down and go out into the real world and there's not going to be a numbers change? Of course there is. But it's not like we have to stay locked down until absolutely no one is sick. People die every day. People die every single day. Now, all of a sudden, every death is COVID-19. No, it's not. And I'm sick of listening to you, Anthony. Okay? You have millions of dollars riding on this. Millions. We've heard you say how you work for Bill Gates and you want to depopulate the world. So now you want me to listen to what you have to say and you're the premier professional? Nope. You have money riding on it and you're just a greedy human being.
Hit pause.
That's all you are. And by the way, you broke your Hippocratic oath by saying
political foolishness is running away with this right now in a good way because I don't have to say anything because political foolishness fucking gets it. Put the government workers on layoffs with no pay retroactively. That will wipe the smugness off their faces pretty quick. The only thing I disagree with there is that it would swipe the smugness off their faces really quick because most of them are sociopaths. They don't care. They've already been leeches their entire lives, and they've already sucked off the taxpayer dollar for so many years, and in some cases decades, like the Clintons. You know, these leeches just going through. Yep, we're just gonna, no, we're here. We're the leeches. We're going to tell you what to do, and then we're going to stick on you. And we're also going to suck your blood and all your money and all your savings and your 401ks and your Social Security, and it's all going to be gone because we are Democrat and Republican leeches. I am not a Republican. I'm a Trump supporter. But these leeches who just swim through society like this, you know, oh, maybe they get a DUI up here. Oh, that gets thrown under the rug. Oh, maybe they allegedly do horrible things with, sex things down here. Oh, we'll just sweep it out of the, under the rug. Joe Biden, the leech. Oh, no, no, no. Let's just let him float. He's fine. He certainly hasn't done anything wrong in his past. I mean, just look at MSNBC. The guy's totally innocent. Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the salt of the earth, pristine individual that I think should run this country in 2020. That I can tell you right now. Hey, Charlie, what up? Start the herd immunity? I'm doing herd immunity. I think I got the COVID like a month ago and I beat it. It affects everyone differently. I had something hard, knocked me out of work for about 3 days. I haven't missed 3 days of work since I was 19 and I got mono, and I missed 10 days of work because I was in the fucking hospital. Okay. And I missed 3 days of work about a month ago. Before this, just right at the edge of the shutdown. So I had something. And it was really, really bad. I was in bed, just literally like laid out, all fucked up. Couldn't eat, could barely keep water down. My lungs were fine, so that's good. But I think I had something. Or they got some other variations running around. It's like, let's try this one. And, these are the bioweaponeers. These are the allegedly, if you're paying attention. These are the bioweaponeers. Let's try this one in the Northeast. Boom. Let's try this one on the West Coast. Boom. We'll do this one in China. Boom. Oh, and then that fucking blows up like a grenade. And they're like, oh, shit, we got to contain it. And then these people are sick. The people running the world are mentally ill. Most of them are mentally ill. They're not right.
You're going to help people and stuff. That directly goes against the Hippocratic Oath, Dr. Fauci, because you're trying to kill millions of people. And we all know it. Fauci, who's been in the NIH for like 30 years, he's also a member of Trump's coronavirus task force, told the Senate this morning, the Senate Health, Education, and Labor Pensions Committee, that the nation's efforts to battle the deadly corona, the COVID-19 disease, and triggers should be focused on proven public health practices of containment and mitigation. Oh, please be quiet, Fauci. Fauci, who's 79 years old, testified remotely in a room lined with books as he self-quarantines after he may have come into contact with either 2 members of the White House staff who were diagnosed with the COVID-19, or he French kissed Andrew Cuomo. Either way, Dr. Fauci has the COVID. Last week, Dr. Fauci was blocked by the White House from testifying to a democratically controlled House of Representatives panel. The White House said such testimony by the infectious disease expert would have been counterproductive. It goes on to say all roads back to work and back to school run through testing, and what our country has done so far on testing, it's impressive, but not nearly enough. Lamar Alexander, Republican chairman of the Senate committee, said in an opening statement in a hearing this morning, Tuesday, May 12th. This morning he said that. Lamar Alexander, he's also self-quarantined in his home in the state of Tennessee for 14 days, 2 weeks, after a member of his staff.
I've lost 13 pounds so far, and I'm only on week 5. I've been doing... We could just go home right now, or maybe we could stick around for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Get another bottle out, let's shoot the shit. Sit back down for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we fucked up. Here's to you, fill the glass, 'cause the last few days have kept running. So let's through the shredder, let's toast, 'cause things got better. And everything could change like that, and all these years go by so fast, but nothing lasts forever. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we messed up. Here's to you, fill the glass.
Fish right there. All right, so today, I know a lot of you have been waiting for it. I'm gonna go over my top 5 spring pike lures. Let me get this fish back and we'll do it. All right, so top 5 pike baits. Now that's something a bunch of you have been asking for a while. Haven't really got a chance to get around and do one. Mostly because I just enjoy the fishing world. I don't hear too much to actually take time to do it. So number 1 is going to be a swim bait. It's very straightforward. That's my go-to. It's a great search bait. That's the big thing. A lot of times you're just covering water looking for one fish. I mean, this here is the chuck and wind. Very, very simple. This is a hand pour bait here. I've got it on a weighted hook. Keeps it down a little bit and helps it run a little straighter as well. I've got it on the hand-tied leader. I have posted a video in the past on how to tie these leaders, so I'll put it at the end of the video so you can see that. But yeah, very, very simple with this bait. Cast it out, reel it in, cover as much water as possible. That's definitely what I throw the most out here for sure. Number 2 would be a soft jerk bait of some sort. So this one here, that's the Ace by Imperium Baits, the new design they have out this year, which I really like. Very, very soft bait. I've got it on a weighted hook. I think it's a 3/32 ounce. Fishing a little bit deeper water right now, so I like having a bit of weight just to help keep it down. That way the fish don't have to come all the way up for it. In shallow water, I will throw a weightless. Very simple with that retrieve as well. Cast it out, just give it a couple pops and let it sit. A couple pops and let it sit. Most of the time they'll eat on the paws, which is very similar to number 3. Almost identical. It's a hard jerk bait. So this one here is a Lucky Craft. Again, it's a power fishing, but it can be finessed at the same time. So I like to use it to cover water, twitch paws, twitch paws. When the fish are in a non-committal mood and they're doing a lot of following, it's nice that, especially with the suspending versions, that you can just hang it right in their face. They come up to it, you just pause it, just hold it there, and they'll sit. Sometimes eat it. Sometimes, a little twitch or two will be enough to make them eat. So power fishing, but it can be finessed at the same time. So jerkbait is always a good choice. Number 4, probably a little out of the box for most of you wouldn't think it. Twister tail grub. That there. So in the time that I spend walleye fishing, I don't do a lot of walleye fishing, but I do use a lot of twister tails when I do, and even smallmouths. Like, I catch so many pike throughout the season on twister tail grubs. I had a really tough day out here one time. I decided to try it out and caught a couple good fish. So now there's days where they just want to feed off bottom. They don't want to chase anything. They won't commit to anything. Where you just give this little pop kind of on bottom, especially if you know they're in a certain area. You can take a lot of fish that way. It's actually how I caught that 44-incher just now. So that's a good one to have with you for sure. I like it on a light head. That way you're not getting snagged up, and you can kind of swim it if you want. Just chuck and wind, just slow swimming through the water column. Or, like I said, bang it off bottom without really getting hung up, which you'll do if it's too heavy. I had a hard time picking number 5. There's so many baits to choose from. But what I am going to do for number 5 is almost cheating in my book. Right there. Mr. Sucker. So last year, I had a buddy out who doesn't fish too much and couldn't really cast all day. So I brought some suckers hoping we can get into some fish. We ended up getting into some really good fish. After that, it's like I came back out and I fished my normal milk run and fish that I had follow but not eat. I could go back to later and generally catch on the sucker. It's been a tough season so far for the suckers this year. I think I've only caught 2 fish on it. But one was Mr. Smiley, that 47 3/4 there that I got last week. Have some giant fish. So, they're worthwhile bringing along. It's expensive to keep doing. And being a tournament guy or from a tournament background anyway, I kind of don't really like the idea of live bait. I've just been, conditioned to not use it for so long that I almost, like I said, felt like I was cheating when I did use it. But it works really well. You can't argue with results. And ultimately, that's what I'm here for, is to catch fish. So it's a good option. I know a lot of you are going to wonder, do you throw spoons or spinners and stuff like that, which are kind of your typical, more well-known pike baits? The answer is yes, I do throw them. But I don't have the success on spoons and spinners that I do on these other baits. So those are my top 5. They're going to be different than everybody else's top 5. If you want, leave your top 5 in the comments below. Let's have some discussion. Those hand-tied leaders, I'll put that video right up here in the corner. I hope you take a look at it and learn something from it. Again, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.
It is your time to begin. What happens now?
But there's one that's over the south side of Oklahoma City now that we initially talked about. It looks like it could be the one that you're suffering from the sale. For sure. What we have here.
Hey, this is a nasty multiple vortex tornado.
Get rid of a protector again.
This is a. Take my string if you got it.
So let's walk on down here. Keep going on down.
Take my string.
Not a problem there. Let's walk on down. Tornado here. And through Winniewood, tornado continues on the ground here. So the complicated coal iron on this. Tornado will continue.
Look at that vortex.
For Winniewood,
Look at the vortex.
south of Paul Tower. You've got tornadoes across right now. Tornado continues on the ground. Pretty good size tornado.
Hey, Mike, this is a violent multiple vortex. We're counting 5, 6, 7 vortices right now. It's going to be about 3.5 miles east of Katy, and it's just hitting a barn right now, maybe a home. It's just, whoa. Mike, this thing is digging. This thing is digging in the ground right now. Anybody that's along I-35 does not need to head north or south towards the Winwood. This is a violent tornado. It's an EX3, a solid EX3 tornado right now. Awesome. Yeah, Mike, this tornado, I got the base. You can see the violent motion at the base of this tornado. It's a multiple vortex tornado, and it's just tearing everything up. It's just digging in the ground. We're seeing large trees being uprooted and flopping hundreds of yards in the air. Big trees. It's continuing to move off the east. We're starting to get free following us.
Here, and we got the 2 severe storms We've also in the metro, but no tornadoes in the metro. This is the seventh tornado. I see it from angles here. Same tornado, two different drivers. We got Chase and Jeremy on me. So look at the same tornado, two different angles of the same tornado.
Hey, Mike.
Hello, I'm Patrick Stewart. Did you know that right now over 70 million people have had to leave their homes due to war and disaster? That's roughly the size of the United Kingdom.
Shit, son. Keep stronger. Don't worry, we're okay. Whoa, horizontal! Where is he?
Whoa, that is just insane.
Sisters. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that thing. All the trees. Look at him dancing.
Wow. Oh my God.
Look at that. They're dancing around each other. Oh my God. Look at that. Holy crap. Oh, it's in some pond. Look at it.
Is that coming back out of something?
No. It's just turning into something. Oh, yeah, let's hit that for him. Oh, it just hit it. No, no, no. Three get locked in big time.
Oh, wow.
I'm heartbroken. Oh, look at the horizontal vortex. Lots of debris. We're going to stop here. Okay. It's okay. I promise. Okay. I want to keep getting these vortices though. No.
An economic heist and transference of wealth, biblical biblical proportions is what is currently happening in the United States of America and worldwide. All this is a giant deception